All right, so you're welcome to the sports segment here on the AM show. My name is Benedict. So we have to go through the stories for you. We'll start with what's been the trending story since the last 2 days here on the local scene. The Kwesi Nyantakyi issue, that defrauding by false pretense, that the president of the Republic of Ghana sought advice from the security services to pick him up and investigate him and ask some questions regarding that issue. A video or a documentary released by Anas Aremeyaw, investigative journalist, which the president had the opportunity to watch even before the public viewing on June 6th. Well, lawyer Samson Ladi Ayeneni works here at the multimedia. He's a host of Newsfile. Well, he's been speaking about the issue, and for him, we shouldn't be too quick to judge President Kwesi Nyantakyi.
Very huge challenges. Challenge number one: who has been defrauded? That's the question to be answered. Who is the complainant? Who has gone to the police to complain that Kwesi Nyantakyi has defrauded them? And of how much? How did that person give the money or the consideration that has gone out? How did the person give it? How do you trace to confirm that that money or consideration has in fact been given to Kwesi Nyantakyi, and that the thing he promised to do, he was unable to do it? Or if it's not Nyantakyi, who else is it that was to receive the money that has received it? And what is the evidence of the money that was given out? That is where I say the next hurdle will be, if you can't prove all of that, you must show that something had been done. So show it. Where is the evidence? There is no defrauding by false pretense against the president. There cannot be any such against the president. It is the reason a complainant, identifiable, who can show what he parted with, or he being the one that was being deceived, is important. But you see, Israel, there will be a lot of hurdles to cross if ever the police decided that they were going to try the matter. And I brought in the question of the jurisdiction. Where did the offense take place? And did it take place in a manner and involving a person who the law considers as one that can be tried in Ghana, even though the action may have happened outside of Ghana? They need to answer all of these questions. That's why we should be patient and wait for the police to conclude their investigations to tell us that there is a case for Kwesi Nyantakyi to answer.
All right, so definitely more will come and we'll follow up for you here on the JoyNews channel. But we'll have to move on. Ghana Premier League matches were played yesterday with 13 games. Accra Hearts-of-Oak will play DS later this afternoon. But Kumasi Asante Kotoko were in action. The likes of Dreams FC, Karela won their game, while All Stars were at home to Interlice and they lost by a goal to 0. So the result of matches that were played yesterday on your screen: Dreams FC, yes, as I mentioned, in their game against 11 Wonders at the Wu Park, Dreams won by a goal to 0. Asante Kotoko beat Elmina Sharks by 2 goals to 0, with Bichim United losing 2-1 to Liberty Professionals. Good result for Liberty Professionals. You look at Brekum Chelsea, Mediama, they were at home to Mediama. They won by 2 goals to 1. Ibisondo was also defeated Ashanti Gold by 2 goals to 1, with Karela United beating Indiana Stars by 2 goals to 1, while All Stars lost their game to Interlice by a goal to 0. And this afternoon, Accra Hearts-of-Oak will be at the Cape Coast Stadium to play against Wafa. And it's really getting interesting in the Ghana Premier League and how Karela are doing very, very well, especially with matches with the big teams. Well, against Kumasi Asante Kotoko, they defeated them by 3 goals to 1. Also defeated Accra Hearts-of-Oak by 3 goals to 1. Yesterday, they defeated the league champions, that's Indiana Stars, by 2 goals to 1. Remember, Karela United is a newly promoted team. They have a solid, amazing home record, which in the coming days will highlight. Well, they're the only team that have played over 50 games and are unbeaten at home. It's a big deal If we were to be Barcelona, if we were to be a top English Premier League team, we will be making noise about it. So we have to highlight it that Kerala United are doing very well here on the low coast. And we still have to stay with the Ghana Premier League, and Frank Nelson is a board member of Accra Hearts of Oak. He both as an executive committee member of the Football Association, but in his capacity as a board member of Accra Hearts of Oak, he feels that the Ghana Premier League title or the Xylophone Cash Premier League title race is still open.
The league is still open. Look at the point difference. Regardless of the fact we are playing home away from home, because we are playing in Cape Coast as our home ground. But I think my club is doing very well. Wherever we find ourselves, we still have so much matches to be played. I mean, we are still in the first round. We still have about 3 matches of the first round. We still have about another 15 matches to play. So total we have about 18 to 17 matches to be played. And that is enough for anybody to make amends and do anything. So the league is still young, it's still a baby, and nobody can sit on top of it and say, I'm sitting on top of the league. No, that I can say no. But for us, we are in contention. We mean business. We know why we're in contention. We know why we registered for the league. We did not register to just be a participant. We registered because we want to make an impact.
All right, so that's a board member of Accra Hearts of Oak, Frank Nelson, speaking about his size chances of winning this season's Xylophone Cash Premier League. Now, yesterday, the Black Stars continued training here in Accra ahead of the international friendlies involving Iceland and Japan. Well, Coach Kwesi Nyantakyi, as I mentioned in my intro, brought 2 new players. The rest are players that have already received call-ups before. Rashid Smaila is one of those players. Now, he plays his club football in the Gulf with Al Garafa. Well, he is so excited to make a return to the Black Stars team.
Yeah, it's very great to be back in the Ghana national team, and also my home Ghana. So I'm really happy. I'm really happy. I thank God for making everything possible. So hopefully we are here to make ourselves proud and also Ghana proud.
You've had, a pretty impressive couple of seasons thus far. A lot of people think that you should be making the jump into mainland Europe. Is there something you can say about that?
Yeah, as you can see, I'm just doing my best, and also I'm just praying that Allah will help me, and also with the support of Ghanaians, everything is moving on very well for me. So I'm praying that coming back to the national team, it will also help me to also achieve what I want to achieve as a player.
All right, so that was Black Stars defender Rashid Smaila in that interview with my colleague Hans. Now, Kwesi Nyantakyi is expecting 2 more players to join the squad before they leave for Japan. That's on Friday. Lumo Agbenyano yesterday, as well as Satama, were the new players, and Mubarak Wakasu also joined the players to train yesterday at the venue. They will continue training today, but Kwesi Nyantakyi expects 2 more players to join the squad before their trip.
Atama and Lumo, they played just last week, and we are expecting them to be here today or tomorrow. So in nutshell, many of the players are actually meeting us in Amsterdam, and then we all continue to Japan. So if there will be anyone coming, it should be maybe 1 or 2 players.
Now, given the numbers that we've seen, do you think that it has any bearing on the mentality of the players? Do you think that they are focused? Do you think that because they are not many, they will still be focused on the task at hand, or they might want to see the rest of their colleagues joining before they realize that the job is actually ongoing?
So far, they showed full professionalism. The time that we give them to attend training, they do, and then the training sessions that we've been having, they are been concentrating and doing exactly what we need from them. So I don't think their mind will be on whether their colleagues are here or not. Normally, we would have loved that they are all here, but some of them are playing this coming weekend. So we will just have to meet them and then continue the journey.
All right, so that was Black Stars coach Kwesi Nyantakyi. The team will train today, and then on Friday they will leave for Japan for that international friendly with their counterpart from Japan, and then against Iceland. Now we have to move from the low coast and talk some foreign football. Now Carlo Ancelotti, former Chelsea manager, former Bayern Munich manager, has joined Napoli on a 2-year deal. He now replaces Maurizio Sarri reports by Selwyn Saki detailing talking about the contract signed by Ancelotti.
Sarri's departure was confirmed after President Aurelio De Laurentiis said time had run out for the coach to commit his future to the Partenope amid links to Chelsea. Napoli collected a club record 91 points but missed out on the Serie A title to Juventus, who won a 7th successive Scudetti. Ancelotti will be charged with ending Juve's dominance in Italy, Massimiliano Allegri having led the Bianconeri to 4 consecutive domestic doubles. The former Real Madrid and Paris Saint-Germain coach has been out of work since being sacked by Bayern in September. The 58-year-old began his coaching career at Regina before moving to Parma, Juventus and AC Milan. His first job outside Italy was at Chelsea, but thereafter he moved to Paris Saint-Germain, Real Madrid and Bayern before returning to his homeland. He's one of an elite group of men to have won the Champions League both as a player and a manager, doing so on 2 occasions in each role with Milan, plus once with Real Madrid as a coach. Ancelotti has enjoyed success in Italy, most notably with the San Siro club, where he won Serie A in 2003-2004, his sole Scudetto as a coach to date. Sarri, meanwhile, has been strongly linked with the move to another of Ancelotti's former clubs, Chelsea, where he will succeed fellow Italian Antonio Conte, who looks set to leave Stamford Bridge despite delivering the FA Cup.
So we'll see how it will go down for Carlo Ancelotti in his new role as manager of Italian side Napoli. And talk of managers, yesterday Arsenal also made their appointment of a new manager official. That's Unai Emery, former Paris Saint-Germain manager. So now he is manager of Arsenal and he's going to succeed Arsene Wenger. So we'll see how that will also go down. Now we're building up to the UEFA Champions League final on Saturday. The game will be between Liverpool and Real Madrid and it will be in Kiev. My colleague George Adi Jr. is already in Kiev and has come through with this report.
Ukrainian capital should be ready for the UEFA Champions League women's final and the male final. But as you have noticed, all in the build-up, there's been a lot of talk about accommodation, the price of tickets, and how difficult it is really to manage life here in Kiev. Of course, Ukrainian authorities have come out to say all the media reports that were put out there, all the media reports you've read about massive accommodation prices are false. We went down though to do our checks to give you the exact story on how accommodation is becoming a real headache for supporters, journalists, and of course, tourists who are here to see everything. Head of Kiev City State Administration's Tourism Department, Anton Taraniko, has indicated that media reports about a critical lack of accommodations for visitors of the UEFA Champions League final matches in Kiev are exaggerated. Even though Kiev residents have also offered to help accommodate visiting football fans by renting rooms at a reasonable rate, the truth is fans are going to such lengths due to the costs and difficulties of flying direct and finding an affordable hotel room for the night of the game. The cheapest way to travel straight between Madrid and Kiev are charter flights costing around £1,000 return, while serious political and social issues in Ukraine make travel arrangements more complex than when Madrid supporters were traveling to Lisbon in 2014, Milan in 2016 or Cardiff in 2017. Meanwhile, a few available beds on Saturday night in Kiev have been advertised online for €2,000, with many supporters who thought they had booked in advance having seen their reservations unexpectedly cancelled. There's also an issue around the allocation of tickets. For the game at the 63,000-seater NSC Olimpijski Stadium, both clubs got around 17,000 each, while 6,700 tickets were previously sold via UEFA.com. That leaves 22,300 of the UEFA family of local organizing committee, national associations, corporate partners, broadcasters, and other insiders. All right, so you can see already, well, there's some sound coming in from the stadium. They're checking out the sound systems because it's going to be very exciting on Saturday. Before all of that, though, I've got 2 friends coming all the way from Argentina. Yeah. I've got Juan.
Juan,
you're ready for everything?
I play football there in Argentina, in Ushuaia.
Oh, great stuff. Yeah. And I've got Gaston. I got that right, yeah? Okay, guys, thank you very much for joining me. And of course, all right, let's talk about the ticket prices. That's another place where everybody's complaining. You know, I know I've got some Liverpool fans who tell me, oh, some tickets are going as much as £14,000 and €600 and €800 and €700. What do you know about tickets?
You book first from UEFA website, and we try to get the ticket from there, but it was impossible, and we tried to buy from internet, and they offer us 1,500 euros or
1,500 euros.
Yeah. And now from here is 600 euros
Still,
each. But it's too expensive for us.
yeah, I know. How about you?
Yes, it's the same. The same. Yesterday they offered like 800 euros.
And it's come down to
Yes, and today it's 600 euros.
Are you feeling that it's possible the price will come down tomorrow and the day next?
I think they will. Yes.
They will come down.
Yeah.
So you're hoping that it comes down, yeah?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the football. Yeah, I know. Yeah, there are issues, but let's talk about the football right now. There's no Lionel Messi. There's no Lionel Messi in the final. But who are you supporting?
Unfortunately, Messi is not here, but we support for.
Who are you supporting? They don't want to
tell you.
They can't tell me. Gaston, you can tell me. Who are you supporting?
No. I'm here to see the show, the great footballers that are here, and nothing.
You know what? Juan and Gaston will not tell me who they're supporting. We will find out on Saturday when the goal goes in on either side. Anyway. Well, we are going to be finding out what happens. Remember that the UEFA Champions League is up in some 48 hours here in Kiev. Accommodation prices don't seem to be changing, but the price of tickets will definitely fall because of the demand, the forces of demand and supply. We monitor all of that for you with more reports coming through from Kiev. George Adder Jr., Kiev, Ukraine.
All right, so that was George Adder Jr. Coming from Ukraine. That's Kiev, where the final of the UEFA Champions League will be played. The excitement's already building up in Ukraine. And here in Ghana on Saturday at the Aviation Social Center is going to be the Hit FM Rep Your Jersey. And that if you come there, you get the opportunity to watch the game on a giant screen, a big screen. You know, that's where we're going to show the game, the Liverpool-Real Madrid game. I know Roland is a Real Madrid fan. Well, he's a Chelsea fan, but he has a soft spot for Real Madrid, and I have a soft spot for Liverpool, and it makes it very exciting. Well, and I think that Liverpool will finish on Real Madrid by 3-1. What do you also think?
I think that even though I have a soft spot, and I've been supporting Real Madrid for over nearly 2 decades, I think I have to go for Liverpool. I'm going for Liverpool because of the English Premiership. I want a game, that league which we all love, to be rated as one of the best in the world, as well as in Europe especially, because I think for the last 3 or 4 seasons it's always been Spanish clubs moving in between and all that. Yeah.
Well, it makes the 2 of us.
Yeah, definitely.
So we'll see how it go down. But I hope you're coming at Aviation. You'll be at Aviation.
Yeah, definitely. I'm watching it on a giant screen live, and I just want the buzz around me. Have just some, is it palm wine? No, Kudemi or something.
Why not some beer?
Asana.
Why not some beer?
No, I don't take beer.
All right, okay. So enjoy the show.
I'm a non-alcoholic person.
Okay, enjoy your program.
Okay, thank you very much. And Benedict also had been up to date with the latest sports headlines.